I have generated millions of views as a video editor, have managed a team of editors for the last 6 months, and have worked with some of the largest creators on YouTube, like Crypto Stash, Echo Gaming, and Marissa Romero. Simply put, I know what YouTubers want when it comes to editing. So today, I'm going to show you 3 strategies that guarantee you work for any YouTube channel you want as a video editor. Starting with step 1, the editor's triad. Most YouTubers are slow to hire and quick to fire. So, I'm going to show you how to use this to your advantage. The average YouTuber either already has an editor or will be editing their videos themselves, which means that, in order to work with a YouTuber, you need to either be better than them or better than their existing editor. And to do that, there are 3 aspects you can control, which are price, speed, and quality. These are known as the editor's triad. For example, if you were to reach out to a YouTuber and were cheaper, faster, and better than their existing editor, then there's literally no reason for them not to hire you. But that isn't actually necessary. In reality, all you need to be is better at 2 of the 3 editors' triad. The key here is to pick the 2 that you're already good at. For example, if you're fast and working from home, then you can offer to be faster. However, if you're a really skilled editor, then you might want to sell the idea that you're better and that you'll be faster. You can choose whatever combination you want, but it really just has to result in you being better than their current editor or the YouTuber themselves. And once you know what you're best at, you can then move on to the part where most editors go wrong, the pitch. When an editor, like you, is looking for a client, you probably send super basic messages to as many YouTubers as you can find. But these messages often look something like, "Hey man, I'm an editor, here's my portfolio." Now, you could be the best editor in the world who's worked with top creators like Ali Abdaal, for example. But a message like this is dull and shows that you haven't put any thought or effort into it. And in most cases, I'll just ignore them because they look like the other 100 editors that are in my DMs. A better way to pitch yourself is by using what's called a value-first pitch. To use a value-first pitch as an editor, you'll want to first find some unedited footage of the YouTuber you want. The easiest way to do this is by just finding a podcast that the YouTuber's recorded so that it's uncut footage. Or, if you can't find this, you can always just grab one of their old videos and just work with what you can. To download either a podcast or an old video of theirs, just use this tool called Cobalt. Then, you'll want to edit that video to show them what you're capable of doing. If the video's already edited, then re-edit it. If it's an uncut podcast, then edit over the podcast. Then plug that at the start of your email and explain how you can provide them with value, referencing the 3 aspects I spoke about earlier in the video. Are you faster, cheaper, or better? Pick 2, and then highlight them in the email. This strategy also works better if you know the rates of their existing editor, because you can always play off of that and say, "Hey, guess what? I know you're paying $100 an edit, but I'll do it for 80 and I'm faster or I'm better." Now, you'll also want to make sure that your email is written well. One of the biggest turnoffs for English YouTubers is big spelling and grammar mistakes, because to a creator, this hints that you might have poor communication, even if it's not your fault and you're not a native English speaker. If you don't speak English well, then plug it into ChatGPT and ask it to fix spelling and grammar errors. But keep the rest as is. That way it'll still be a word, but it'll also be grammatically correct. As an example, take a look at this pitch my team's had of script writing. Obviously not an editor, but still in the same realm, sent to a client that he wanted to work with. He told me that he spent 3 hours on this pitch, and that he added a document of ideas in multiple Loom videos, explaining how he can provide them with value on top of a free script proposition. I asked him why he did so much work for something that might not even get a reply. His response is that it doesn't matter. Your pitch has to be customized, and it has to stand out. And it has to be value first, otherwise it's just gonna get ignored. Because at the end of the day, if one high-end YouTuber says yes to your pitch, it can completely change the trajectory of your life and career. However, to really step up your game in pitches, you'll want to try and learn from somebody who specializes in finding work as a video editor, like me. I've created a community called Evokeverse. I'll recommend this community to new video editors who want to learn and master their skills for free. Check it out with the first link in the description if you're interested. Now, at this point, you'll be leveraging 2 of the 3 aspects of price, speed, and quality. And you'll also have a high-quality pitch. The key now is to retain your clients and leverage them for even higher positions with the latter method. Now, if you picture a standard ladder, a ladder has a bunch of rungs that you step on to get higher and higher. Getting bigger and better clients is the same. The lowest rung is, let's say, a YouTuber with 1,000 subs, the next one up might be 10,000, and so on. The key to growing your portfolio as a video editor is to start by picking smaller YouTubers on a lower rung and then slowly working your way up. For example, I remember when I was working as an editor for a finance channel with about 3,000 subs at the time, and after a while, he had a friend who needed an editor. This friend, by the way, had over 200,000 subscribers, and I was able to get that referral from my client. If I had had zero experience and no connections, chances are I wouldn't have gotten that job, or even honestly wouldn't have even been able to apply in the first place. But because I already had work experience and good connections, I was able to make that jump. The point here is that you need to slowly climb up the ladder, and you can skip a rung or two, sure, but you definitely can't jump to the top without first putting in some effort on the lower rungs. But to generate referrals and leverage existing partnerships, you need to retain those clients for as long as possible. And the key to this is meeting the promises that you made in your pitch. If you claim to be faster, then you need to deliver early. If you claim to be better, then you need to obviously deliver better results. And on top of all of this, you need to be reliable. I can't tell you how many editors I've worked with that have had their grandmas die or their computers blow up. By the way, they were lying if you didn't catch on. So, you need to manage your time at deadlines well, or you're gonna get fired. Now, that's not to say you won't have issues from time to time, which is why, if you do have an issue, don't lie about it. Simply just say that you need some extra time to get the work done and that you apologize for the delay. In fact, you can say something like, "Hey clients, I'm really sorry, but I'm running a bit behind schedule. Would you mind if I sent this project over tomorrow?" Most YouTubers understand how hard editing can be, so chances are they won't grill you for taking more time on a project. It's completely normal. However, I do want to make it clear that if this happens every single time, then they're likely just going to find somebody else. It doesn't matter if you're the best video editor in the world. If you aren't reliable, then you likely won't have a job for long. To avoid this from happening, I would always try to add like a 1 to 2 day buffer on your projects. For example, if you know a project is going to take you 2 days to complete, tell the client it'll take 4, which will give you a bit more time to get it done, and B, the opportunity to exceed their expectations and deliver the video early. And remember, by providing clients with high-quality work on a regular basis, you'll likely get referred to other YouTubers they talk to, and then be able to move on to bigger and better clients. So to summarize, leverage 2 of the 3 editor triads to compete with the YouTuber or their existing editor. Create a customized pitch that offers free value, maybe even join a community like Evokeverse, and then be sure to be reliable so that you can retain clients and leverage them to get bigger and better ones. Follow that step-by-step process, and you'll be able to work for literally any YouTuber as a video editor. And if you want to learn my specific strategies to speed up as an editor, you'll want to watch this video next.